Hi everyone. In this week's tech tip, we are going to be exploring an add-on called Dice Slides by Schoollytics. We could think about add-ons very similarly to how we would think about Chrome extensions. We add Chrome extensions to our browser to allow us to carry out a bunch of different tasks within our browser. Some of us use Chrome extensions to add Bitmojis to things, or maybe we're using a Chrome extension to split our tabs, etc. Add-ons are very similar, and there's actually different add-ons available to us for the different applications within Google Workspace. So there's add-ons specific to Google Docs, to Google Sheets, Google Slides, etc. The add-on that we're looking at today is an add-on that's available directly within Google Slides, and specifically, this add-on is going to allow us to roll and add any dice to our Google Slides at any time. So, the first thing that you need to do is install this add on, again, very similarly to how you would install a Chrome extension. You can click on the add on option here, and this is going to take you directly into the Google Workspace Marketplace. And you'll just click on the install button to add this to your Google Slides add-on tab. This is available to both teachers as well as students. So teachers, if this is something that you're interested in your students using, feel free to add this link to your Google Classroom page, and then students could install it as well. Once you have it installed, to use it, all you have to do is click on the Add-ons tab within your Google Slide, and you're going to look for the one that says Dice Slides by Schoollytics. There's a couple of different ways that you can use this. If you just want to very quickly roll a random die, then you could just use the shortcut that says place die. And what this is going to do is just roll one die, and that dice is going to display in the top corner of your screen. Take a look. If I click on place die, automatically it's going to roll a random die and it shows at the top corner of my screen. Again, this is only going to let me do one of those. If I want to, depending on the target of how I'm using this, maybe I'm doing something where students have to roll two different die and then respond to different prompts based on the dice that they roll, etc. Right? For that, I would want to take this a step further. So we're going to click on the add-ons tab. We're going right back down to Dice Slides by Schoollytics, but this time we're going to click on where it says Show Sidebar. When we do this option, this is going to give us a sidebar along our screen, and you can see that this is going to allow us to roll up to 6 dice at the same time. And we can choose whether or not those dice will display on our Google Slides. So let's start off with rolling one die. If I click on roll one die, this is going to give me a pop-up indicating that which side the dice was rolled on. I click on OK. Now, if I want to see that dice on my screen, all I have to do is click on place die, and the die that rolled will just kind of be on my screen. Okay. If I want to just roll one again and I don't necessarily want to put it on, my slide, I just click on roll. But if I do want to show it on my slide, again, I'm clicking on place, and then those dice will appear on my screen, as you can see. Again, you can do up to 6 dice at the same time. You can see I clicked on place 6 and it automatically placed that many dice on my screen. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use this within your classroom. Now, to get that started, I want you to take a look at the templates and ideas section of our tech tip, because there's already a bunch of templates that are ready made. And then this is going to basically just give you some ideas of how you could use this with your students. So if we're looking at a very basic example, right? Maybe you want to use this for an exit ticket. So if you take a look at our exit ticket example, you can see here that this just gives, it shows the different die, and it gives students a questions to answer or a prompt to follow, right? Or a task to complete based on the die that they roll. So that's essentially one way that you could use, the dice feature within your slides, amongst many more. So I definitely encourage you to check out all of these different templates. Sorry, there's a ton of different ones. And then lastly, the last thing that I want to show you is if you're doing this in a game model, like let's say, for example, you're using a game board, and you'll notice that one of the templates we have here is in fact a game board template where the actual slide itself looks like a game, right? So maybe you want to use this where if a student, rolls a die, they go a certain amount of steps, right? And based on whatever color they land on, they have to answer a certain question or perform a certain task, etc. So If you want to do this, what you can do is actually add a game piece. And this is another part of the Google Slides or the Dice Slides by Schoollytics add on. So basically, what it is if we click on the add on, we already know we click on the add ons tab, we go to Dice Slides by Schoollytics. But if I click on the little option that says add game piece, this is essentially just going to add a random game piece. And if I have this, like let's say this is something that my students are doing collaboratively, maybe I have two students working on this at the same time, I could go ahead and load this up, with as many game pieces as I want. And now within, this Google slide deck, I could have students collaborating, rolling random die, and, navigating different game pieces throughout the slide deck. So again, there's lots of different uses for this, and we hope we found this useful. This is available for students to download as well as teachers.